Hey, what's up guys, it is BuzzFan23 here, and today I'm going to be doing a review and a little of a showcase of the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyear Deluxe Space Ranger action figure. Now this is part of the line of the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyear toys, so they don't have the greatest posability as like the older Toy Story 3 figures, but it's not as great. I think Thinkway really messed up with this one. They really should have added more posability, but what I like about this one is it actually has wings, and honestly, it's better than the Toy Story 4 Talking Buzz. And honestly, the face is actually a lot better. I actually do like the face on this one. It's actually really cool. So yeah, let's get into this review real quick, but let's first start off with the box. The box is just a simple Toy Story 4 design, the same thing. There is a 25th anniversary version of this Buzz, which hopefully I also will be getting. That's what I was supposed to be getting, but sadly I didn't get it. But it's okay. I can just buy it off eBay. But yeah, here is the box. It's just the Toy Story 4 one, same Toy Story 4 design, nothing new. And you can see he has the pop-out wings and the different head. And he actually has 10 more phrases than the actual normal talking one. The talking one has 20, this has 30. And then there's some of his phrases right there. So yeah, let's get into the review and take him out of the box. And here we have him outside of his box, and actually he looks really good, considering that he does have some missing paint in the arms, and, I mean, his stance isn't really the best. His face actually looks really good. I really like the head sculpt on this one. It's like an angry-ish Buzz expression, kind of like getting that Space Ranger look. It looks really cool, actually, and honestly, in my opinion, it's probably better than the Toy Story 4 Buzz talking one with no wings and the Karate Chop one. But yeah, I mean, that's really the only thing going for it, and there's also the wings, which is kind of cool, and the phrases, they're not bad, but they're kind of, like, ripped off from the Toy Story 4, like, talking one, but also it has some new phrases that I actually like. It even has the song from, like, the Ultimate Buzz, which is really nice. You know, the same music. I'll show that in the video later, but yeah, let's get started with just doing a complete overview of him. So, obviously, he is missing paint, as you can see, and he's even missing these silver parts in the middle of his arms where his arms connect. So I don't know why Thinkway chose to do that. But I mean, he really has all the things that Buzz has, the Toy Story 4 one that talks, except for the wings. Show a little quick demo of the wings real quick. Yeah, thankfully, they're the classic, you know, early 2010s action figure Buzzes. And let's show them one more time. And literally, they work the exact same way, so no differences here, thankfully. And you can even take off the back plate, and the back plate is even missing paint. So I don't know why they keep missing the paint. They need to stop doing that. Oh, and this is really hard to put in, and obviously he has no laser. It's painted on, so that kind of sucks. No wrist communicator, and I mean, that's pretty much the things he's stripped of. He also does not bend in the legs, but he does swivel at the waist, and then his wrists move. His arms still go up and down, but they're kind of stuck in this position you can't really get them out of, and you can't bend them outwards or just stuck. So that is another downside, just like the Toy Story 4 talking action figure Buzz. They kind of ruined all the articulation with all the Toy Story 4 Buzzes, so that really sucks. But he does have his helmet, thankfully. If he didn't have the helmet, then oh my gosh. And then his head can move back and forth, and the head sculpt is just really good. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much really all with this Buzz, like, looking-wise and just articulation-wise. So let's get into some of the phrases. Like, okay, not gonna lie, this Buzz kind of surprised me with his phrases. Even though some of them are ripped off of the Toy Story 4 talking one, it has a little bit different phrases, which I like. It's kind of giving it the Space Ranger vibe. Like, you know, this is the Space Ranger Buzz, not just like a normal, you know, talking Buzz. This is a Space Ranger Buzz. So, yeah, let's get into some of the phrases. Like I said, there's some copies from the Toy Story 4 Buzz, and also the voice is kind of different. It's definitely not the normal one they use. It's the drop-down Buzzes they use. So it's going to be kind of weird hearing his voice, but you get over that over time. It's not really that bad. They've used it on past Buzzes before, like the Power Projector Buzz, I think. Wait, no, the Power Blaster Buzz. I'm sorry. The one with the blue helmet, released in, like, 2013. They used that voice, so it's going to sound kind of weird, but it's really fine. But yeah, here we go.
Forget about space. Playtime is the real final frontier. Who doesn't love a carnival?
So as you can see, I'm pretty sure that was from the Toy Story 4 Buzz as well.
Listen up. We're out of the house and on the road. Stick together. Hey,
That was definitely from the Toy Story 4 talking one as well.
Have you seen Forky? Maybe we should check the trash again. Leon, who goes there?
Also, I don't know why they add the laser sound when there's not even a laser. I think that's really dumb, but it's whatever.
Oh, it's you. How are you, my friend? Come on, cadet. Your assistance is required for our next mission. We've got a secret mission in a strange antique store. Let's go save some toys. Greetings. I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. I come in peace.
And as you can see right there, that is actually the Ultimate Buzz music. Here, I'll get the Ultimate Buzz really fast, and I can show you. Alright, here it is, right next to the 2009 Ultimate Buzz Lightyear, and let me show you the exact thing I'm talking about.
Local law enforcement, it's about time you got here.
He's really high up, so you can't really see his face, but...
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit.
And then here it is.
To infinity and beyond.
Okay, I thought it was just something really cool that they added. I really thank Thinkway for adding that beautiful music line. It is personally my favorite music line that Buzz has ever had. It's so nostalgic for me, and yeah, it's really cool, and I truly thank Thinkway for at least adding that. But yeah, let's get on to the Buzz itself again. Also want to note that is not only exclusively to the Ultimate Buzz and this, there's also been other Buzzes that have used the same music track. And yeah, in my opinion, it's just really good. But let's compare it with some of the other, like, similar Buzzes and past Buzzes with this Buzz. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give out the bad one first. This is the pretty bad one. This is the Toy Story 4 talking one. And their legs are literally the same thing. Nothing different there. They both cannot pose at all. And the reason this head is different is because I did a head swap. So if you're wondering that, this is that white logo head. But yeah, this is just even worse. This is what they sold for Toy Story 4. They should have at least sold this later, but they sold this later, and it was only at Smith's Toys. It was really weird. But as you can see, there's like a weird lock, and there's no wings at all, no coloring. It just looks kind of bad overall. They didn't even paint the laser. They didn't even try. At least they painted the laser, but really, we just need the laser. But yeah, let me go some of the phrases. This one is really similar and has a better voice. Anyways.
Fear is not in my vocabulary.
This one, that's the only thing better for it. It has a better voice than the other one. That's literally it.
Well, I know what the word is. It's just that it doesn't. Never mind. Let's go save some toys. To infinity and beyond. Greetings. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. I come in peace. This place needs my protection. Who's in charge here? Look out!
And of course, it makes a laser noise when literally there's no laser. It's really dumb.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue!
But yeah, they just really have similar phrases. They kind of copied phrases off this one to that one, but with a different voice, so... I just wish they used the same voice actor. I don't know why they switched it up again on the drop-down Buzz and this Buzz. The collection one and this one were fine. They really should have gave this one the better voice, because this one does not deserve it at all. This one is just absolutely horrid. I mean, it's not like a Buzz, like it's not that it's bad, it's just that it was such a downgrade from the older ones. Like, I don't know what Thinkway was doing with this, but he basically has the same features except for the, the pop-out wings that this one obviously has. But yeah, let's get on to another comparison. Another very similar one from the Toy Story 4 line that's actually a lot better. This is the Toy Story 4 drop-down Buzz Lightyear, and it does have a different face from both of them. This is kind of like the more classic face, and this one's head does move, which is really cool. Really, really similar to the collection line.
This is an intergalactic emergency.
And even that's the toy mode as well. And thankfully, Thinkway finally painted the arms and the hands, so... At last, Thinkway finally does it on a Toy Story 4 Buzz. It's just really surprising. This also has a rubber, kind of a middle part right there. This one's just completely plastic, how it normally is. This one has a little bit more articulation. it can actually move the arms up and down like that, and then at least they can move side to side. This one, you know, can't. It's just stuck. They both have moving helmets. That's good. And they both have wings. It's just the drop-down Buzz. His wings don't pop out. You just take them out. So here are the wings. Basically, literally the same wings. It's just they don't pop out on the drop-down Buzz. And then the backpacks are different. This one has more coloring. This one has less coloring. And then even the backs of the feet are different. As you can see, this one's missing its green. This one has its green. Even the silver parts are here, missing. I don't know why Thinkway just missed out a lot of just paint missing right there. This one does not have a wrist communicator. Neither does this one. But, I mean, that's really all the differences. This Buzz doesn't have as many similar phrases. It only has, like, you know, like 4 or 5 phrases, actually. I mean, there's more interactive phrases, but it's really not all that different. It's still the same posability down here, but this actually makes sense this makes sense to have it because it drops down. You don't want it standing and falling all over the place. You want it to make it fall down, you know, swiftly. So it makes sense to have this posability, and I don't know why they did it on these, but all right, let's get another Buzz. Now, this is a far superior Buzz of basically the same line, but just older. This is the 2009 Buzz action figure. This is the one they should have resold again. I would have been completely fine if they just resold this one that they did like 3 years ago. But I don't know why they made a new one like this and just downgraded it. It's just really annoying to me. But yeah, they both have wings. This one has the classic wings, just like that one. They're literally exactly the same, exactly painted the same. And the backpacks are actually somewhat different. This is missing a sticker. This has the sticker instead of the actual imprint like this one has. And this one has more coloring down here as well, even on the legs and the shoe. I just don't know why I think we missed out on so much coloring. And then obviously this one has posability in the legs and in the feet. And this one does not. This one can also move side to side on the arms. It can move up and down. It can swivel like that. He swivels all around. He has no wrist communicator, but it's still okay. And he has the classic kind of like 2009, 2010 era Thinkway face for Buzz. He has a retractable helmet. Like I said, no communicator. And here, I can show you some of his phrases. Definitely not similar to this one, but here we go.
I'm stationed up in the Gamma Quadrant of Sector 4. Stand back while I power up my laser.
And this one actually has a laser, which is finally good. But I can't believe they just went from this to this in a 10-year span. Or really, like, it was a 2-year span. They were still selling a Buzz like this 2 years ago. And they could have just literally remade that into the Toy Story 4 packaging and with new phrases, and that all could have been well. But no, they really had to just downgrade it. But, I mean, I can't do anything about it, sadly. I can't contact Thinkway, really. I don't think they would change it at all. But, I mean, it's what it is. At least it improved kind of a little bit with this one, the Deluxe Buzz. But, I mean, that is pretty much it. Alright, so here's the end of the review. Out of a 10, I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, obviously, it's not great. It is missing multiple features that it should have already had, just like the old version. But it does have wings, and the face is actually pretty good looking. I really like the face still. It still looks really good. It's just, it's kind of downgraded, which really kind of gives it that 6 to 5 score. But, I mean, it's still not bad, but really at this point, you should just get the Disney Store one. Literally less cheaper, or basically the same price with more features on the Disney Store one. But honestly, it's personal preference. I personally think Thinkways is probably better in general with the faces, but over this one, I would probably get the Disney Store one. But if we're talking about this one, I would still get I would still get this one instead of the Disney Store one. But yeah, that's it for the review. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Buzz Lightyear content. And yeah, leave a comment down below on what you think about this Buzz. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, you can get this Buzz at your local Walmart. It should be the 25th anniversary version. And I think maybe Target as well. I'm not sure about Target. But this should be not really that hard to find. It's also on eBay, Amazon. It's pretty much everywhere. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.